robbery to get revenge. This guy, Jimmy Hastings, also went down for it. But apparently he's changed his story. He says Vince wasn't involved. You don't buy it?
Vince Parker's dying of chronic heart disease. He's got a vendetta against Jack Meadows. He gets his old mate Jimmy to back him up.
You ever hear the Ballum Street Boys?
No?
That's the team that Jack Meadows and Dougie Price were in when all this happened. Drank in a pub in Ballum Street, hence the nickname. They were notorious. Used to make grown villains cry. They got results, and they weren't fussy how.
They were dodgy.
Well, let's just say they're like nothing more than a backhander.
And have you had dealings with this lot?
Jack and I have met before. Should we go?
Dougie, it's Jack. Jack Meadows. Yeah. Look, just hang on, will you? Looks like we've got some problems. Vincent Parker, he's talking to the DPS. It looks like he's come back to haunt us.
Something I should mention. You worked with Jack Meadows? Joined his team in December 2003. Until he was seconded to MIT 3 months ago. During your time at Sun Hill, CID's clear-up rate increased by nearly 6%. Very impressive.
I'm not sure whether to be flattered.
Well, we've heard nothing but good things. Which is why I know that regardless of your previous relationship, you won't be having a quiet word in Jack's ear.
She's a bit shaken up.
All right.
Hi.
You okay?
Yeah, he's not there. I don't recognise any of them.
We've been through the lockup.
I think I want to go home now. Is that all right?
Sure. We'll get Jean to take you.
Look, give us a couple of minutes, will you?
Yeah.
So how are you feeling?
Well, I'd feel better if I knew what he was doing in the house. You know, we've searched every room. There's nothing missing.
Well, he probably saw Reg and June and did a runner.
Yeah, but next door saw him break in. He was in there 10 minutes. You don't think it's personal, do you?
No, of course not. It's just some thief walking by. Saw that there's nobody about and thought he'd have a go. So how's Benjamin?
Well, you were right. He's not being hassled anymore.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Look, I've got a couple of things I need to sort out. Sam and Mickey will look after you, and I'll call you later.
Oh, that is so typical.
Sorry?
No, it's fine. You go. It's only your son we're talking about.
Hey, that's not fair.
Love. DPS are asking to see you at the front desk.
Benjamin went off the rails for the same reason you lost me. Because you always put this place first. I feel sorry for you. All you've got left's your precious job.
If it isn't MIT's finest. Good to see you.
Go. I'm afraid it's official. This is DCI Frank Keane, DPS.
It's been a long time, Jack.
Good to see you again. So why am I starting to get concerned?
If we could go to your office.
Sure. Sam?
Pretty serious. What's all that about?
Just been handed another burglary by uniform.
Any chance of finishing Miss Harley first?
Not only does the suspect fit the description of the guy that broke into Laura Meadows' house, he also took off on a large motorbike.
Right, I'll leave it in the car then, eh?
Now, if it is him, Laura Meadows has been very lucky. This guy's got 8 stitches in his head to prove it.
It'd be funny if you weren't taking it seriously.
When Vince Parker was nicked for the robbery, he gave an alibi. Said he was drinking in a pub in Wandsworth, the Green Archer.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I went over there to check it out with my DI, Dougie Price.
I presume you interviewed all the regulars.
Nobody remembered Vince being there.
You sure about that?
Yeah. I talked to everybody. Vince was on the job. The shotgun was at his house. His accomplice, Jimmy Hastings, named him as the other robber. And I take it you've talked to Jimmy? Yeah, I might have known. So Jimmy's backing him up. Well, that's honour amongst thieves for you.
Thanks for your time, Jack. We'll be in touch. Oh, about that fallout we had at Stafford Row.
Oh, I hope all that's forgotten.
Well, that's why I thought I should mention it. To reassure you, it will have no bearing on the case.
To say I have the mother of all headaches.
We'll try not to make it worse, Mr. Bryant. But the more you tell us, the better our chance of catching him.
All I know is I got home, let myself into the flat. Bang. I come round in here, minus a few pints of blood.
Do you remember anything at all?
He must have heard me arriving, clunked me one as I walked in.
We've just been to your apartment and the only way in is through the front door. And it's a specialised lock, it hasn't been forced.
Apart from me, the only person with the key is the caretaker, in case of emergencies.
Well, he said that the spare key was locked in the cupboard with the others. Have you had any workmen in, or...?
No. It's strange. I can't think how he got in.
Yeah, Sarge, you like this one?
We know who he is.
No, we don't see enough of him.
Oh,
Yeah, but this is him taken off after the robbery.
right.
No, we haven't got the index number, but the bike still matches the description.
So what am I liking?
Hang on. Right, this is the one from before. And this is him arriving at the apartments. Look who's there to meet him.
Mark Bryan.
Yeah.
Why are you shaking his hand? He looks pleased to see him.
You don't get any better looking with age.
Good to see you too, Dougie.
Yeah, you big ugly sod.
You're looking well.
Oh, well, that's what Florida does for you. Spend most of my time there now. Must be 5 or 6 years.
That's what we're going to be serving if we don't sort this mess out.
We've got out of worse messes than this.
If they find the witnesses from the Green Archer, they're going to know that we sat on Vince's alibi. And if they get us for the alibi, that puts us in the frame for planting the shotgun.
We weren't the ones who did that.
I know that, but the DPS don't, do they?
They ought to give us a medal. Vince got away with killing Steve. All we did was let him go down for something else.
I can't see the court taking that line. You sat on the alibi to get justice. You're free to go.
We'll make sure we're in the clear. Check out the witnesses. If they've disappeared, case over.
Well, that's not the worst of it. We're up against DCI Keane.
Not that Jobsworth from Stafford Row.
Yeah, the last time we saw him, you had him up against the wall by his windpipe.
I'm psychic. I knew we'd join the DPS.
DCI Keane. I'm DCI Meadows from Sun Hill.
Thanks, sweetheart.
Well, I haven't bumped no one off. Not in the last 3 weeks, anyway.
I'm glad to hear it. This is nothing to worry about. You must have been the landlord here for a number of years.
Yeah, 26 years this November.
This will probably mean nothing to you. July 1985. There was a big post office robbery.
Yeah, the postie got left in a wheelchair.
That's what I call a good memory.
Well, not too many people got shot in them days. And the guy that done it swore he was drinking in here. Are you the 2 coppers that turned up?
Spot on again. Do you think anyone would remember anything?
Well, there's the 3 regulars who said they'd seen him, but they haven't drunk in here for years.
You wouldn't have names, addresses?
They were all in my darts team. I've got to get this lot all stacked up, otherwise I'll go and get my scrapbooks out.
Well, do you think you could get the names?
Yeah, I reckon so.
We'll sort out the battles for you.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you. Thank you. It was these 2 young ones down here at the front. And Henry Thorpe, there. I had to bar him in the end. Not only did he like his ale too much, but he'd get nasty with it.
So have you any idea where they are now?
Nah, they haven't been round here for years. 15 at least. What's this all about?
The villain we put away for shooting the postman, trying to cause grief.
I remember reading about it at the time. You found the shotgun at his place. It had to be him.
Thanks, Tom. You played a blinder.
Thanks for your time.
Okay.
Jack, looks like we're going to be working late. I'll get us a bottle.
DCI Frank Keane, DPS.
I hope you're taking it seriously. According to him, the sun shines out of Meadows Jaxie.
Well, let's just say I'm here to be persuaded.
I've held my hands up to topping Steve. What more do you want?
Before we go any further, do not raise your voice to me again. Let's start with the bloodstained T-shirt. The one that you were wearing when you killed Steve Mathias. Who did you actually see in possession of it?
Just Meadows. He brought it in the cell. That's when he offered me a way out.